Good morning, Vietnam! Hey there, me again. I just want to quickly let you guys know that at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys details for how I will edit some of your essays for free, so just stay tuned if you're interested in that. It'll be at the end of the video. That being said, spooky season is officially upon us, and with spooky season comes college application season. And so as someone who's been through the college application process and wants to help you guys out, I figured I'd make a short video explaining how to write a Common App essay, which is a very important part of the application process. My roommate's straight up sleeping right now, but I'm just a horrible roommate, so we're filming. To begin with, I just want to talk about why the Common App essay matters, why you need it, and why you should care about it. So I'm going to start with a lot of people's misunderstanding of college interviews. Okay, college interviews don't matter at all, right? Unless they say that it's like considered an admission, it really doesn't matter. It's kind of just a way of like getting alumni involved in the application process. But you can have a fantastic interview and it's not going to get you into the school. Really what your interview is, quote unquote, to show your personality to the school is your Common App essay. This is your time to set yourself apart, to show that you're unique, to show that you're a good writer, which is really, really important for college, obviously. And so I would say it's probably one of the most, if not the most important pieces of an application, because especially with the fact that test scores are going up, a lot more people are getting very high test scores, very good grades, have really good activities. The Common App essay is really, I think, how admissions counselors differentiate between really highly qualified candidates. So you're really going to want to spend a lot of time on this essay, even though it's going to suck. You just have to do it. So to begin with, I want to just give you guys a few tips on how to get started, maybe before writing your Common App essay. If you're anything like me, you weren't done, or maybe you weren't even really started with your essay at this point in the college application process, and that's fine. But I just had a few ideas for like pre-writing before you actually get started. The first of which is you should read academic personal essays. I didn't actually think of this, and I didn't do this in my own process, but in a class that I'm taking this semester, we read a bunch of personal essays by like academics, and they're really well-written essays, and really inspired me in my own writing. And so I think, obviously, if you're gonna write a personal essay, which is kind of its own like genre of writing, you should read personal essays to know how to do it. But I don't think that you should like look for people who wrote, accepted Ivy League essays or whatever, because those people are like high school students like yourself. What you should read is like academic personal essays from people who have spent their whole life writing, who are really, really good writers. Read some of those essays and then just try to figure out the structures they use, how they word things, like you get the gist. I think it's really helpful in just figuring out how to get started. My next piece of advice is regarding the prompts. So they have like a number of prompts for the Common App, right? And one piece of advice that I've seen that I think is horrible is people who will say, oh, just write about what you want to write about and then find a prompt that kind of fits your topic. I think that's a horrible idea. You should write based on the prompt, because colleges can see the prompt and they want to see someone who can answer a prompt. That's a very big piece of writing in college. And so read over the prompts, reflect on them, and try to think about a life experience or just something compelling that you could say that's unique about you that is in response to one of the prompts. You guys have all had, 16, 17, 18 years of life experience. I'm sure that at least one of the prompts applies to you. And so read those prompts and answer them. Don't try to have one of them fit to the essay that you wrote, not answering the prompt. Answer the prompt. And then just another piece of advice that you should keep in mind before you get started is don't just use the Common App to brag about an accomplishment you had in high school. The place to brag in your college application is in the activities section and the awards of the Common App. That's where you can say, look how great I am, look at all these things I did in high school. But if you just take your Common App to brag about an accomplishment or something cool that you did, it's really not going to come across well. And I don't think colleges want to read that. What you really want is to set yourself apart, tell a compelling narrative, show colleges that you're just an interesting person that they should, let into their school. So now that I said what you shouldn't write about, accomplishments, I think what you should write about is your story, right? What makes you unique? What makes you who you are? What particular identity is really important to you. Think about those types of things that are really important to your life. And I think if you do that, then writing the Common App won't feel like such a chore. It's actually pretty fun to think about things that really matter to you and try to analyze them. At least that's what I found, but I'm kind of a nerd. And so finally, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to actually write the Common App essay. The first step is you have to be disciplined, right? As with anything in the college application process, the essay takes a lot of time to write. It's very crucial. and it's not going to just come together automatically like maybe some of your high school essays would have. I would personally recommend just taking time each day to write, edit your paper, think about if it's saying what you want it to say, etc. But while you're writing, obviously you can spend all the time in the world writing an essay, but it might still not be good, right? So don't just sit there while you're spending time writing. I would recommend just forcing yourself to put your thoughts on paper. Just force yourself to type. Because the reality is you never know when inspiration is going to hit. For me, I spent a long time writing my Common App essay, but the best essay that I ever wrote was actually a supplement essay that I just sat down one Sunday evening to write and was just struck by inspiration and wrote what I think is a really, really good essay. And so you can spend a lot of time, but you really never know when you're going to be inspired. So force yourself to write to kind of get your just creative juices flowing and allow yourself to kind of start to think creatively. Another big mistake that I see while people are writing their Common App essays that I think you should try to avoid is trying to make your writing really good. So I think a lot of people think that they're not good writers, and so to try to make themselves appear to be better writers, they'll use tons of really complex metaphors and big words that they found in the thesaurus. But really, that's not compelling writing. And I think if you try to make yourself sound like a better writer than you are, it's going to come across as pretentious and stilted. Really, you should just be using your own voice. And so I think a good test of if your essay is well written is read it aloud and say, is this what it would sound like if I was explaining to someone what I'm trying to say in this essay? Now, big words and metaphors are fine, but if that's really the substance of your paper, it's not going to be a good essay, right? Colleges just want to hear a compelling narrative, and you can tell that in simple language, really. Another tip that I want to give you all is don't try to overextend yourself in what you're saying. I think the Common App word limit is like 650 words, which is really not very much. And with that in mind, I would recommend just trying to limit what you say. A writing tip that a teacher actually gave me since I've come to college, I dropped her class, but she gave me a really good writing tip on the first day, was the less that you talk about in an essay, the more you can say, right? And so if you try to talk about, oh, I had this experience and then it led me into this passion, which then led me to this passion and now I'm this way because of it, you're just saying too much and you're really not going to be able to go very deep or have a really compelling narrative or analysis of any of the things that you're talking about. And so if you just focus on one event or one thought or one idea or one thing that you're passionate about and really analyze it deeply, I think that makes for a much better essay than going really surface level on a bunch of different things. Really, once again, you want to let colleges know who you are, so go deep. And then my final piece of advice is have people edit your essay. Don't just keep it to yourself. Even if you're writing about something private, find someone that you're comfortable with, find someone who knows your story, and show it to them and ask them what they think. Ask them if it makes sense to them, how they think you should edit it. And you don't have to take every suggestion you're given, but it's good to think what someone else thinks when they read it. And another piece of advice is have people that are better writers than yourself look at it. In high school, I would go to English teachers and just show them my essay and say, what do you think of this? And they would give me suggestions and things that I hadn't thought of because they were better at writing than I was. And so those types of tips can be really, really helpful. So I think that wraps up our video. That's about all the tips that I have. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please drop a like. If you want more awesome college-related content, make sure to subscribe. I'm actually going to be making some spooky college application season videos in the coming weeks, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But real quick, if any of you are interested in having me edit your Common App for free, it's super simple. I'm not going to make you shout me out or anything corny like that. I just want you to make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and comment down below your favorite knock-knock joke. Okay, I want some good knock-knock jokes. Not the basic ones, some really top-notch humor. Okay? And it's unlimited entries per person. I just want funny knock-knock jokes. And so go down below and comment your favorite knock-knock joke. And then follow me on Instagram and DM me saying your name and whatnot so I can get back to you if I liked your knock-knock joke. And yeah, I'll be editing some of the top-notch knock-knock joke tellers' essays for free. So comment down below if you're interested in that. But anyways, that's about all I have. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Did you like the video, Nathan? Is there anything you'd like to add? Any advice that I missed?
Don't have other people write your essays for you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an important one.
Don't pay them.
Yeah.
All right, you want to sign off? Give them a fist bump?
Peace out, peeps.